Hi, I'm here to talk about the possibilities of trade union action at ILO, the International Labor Organization, an agency of the United Nations. Created in 1919, ILO is responsible for setting the international labor standards, supervising the compliance, and formulating policies and programs to promote decent work and social justice. ILO has a central structure composed of 3 groups and has a tripartite governing structure. Do you know what that means? Well, that means that governments, workers, and employers' representatives take part in its structure and jointly set the policy and legal orientations of the organization. The trade unions have direct representation in 2 central bodies. And what does ILO do? It is the main source of production of standard human rights instruments on specialized social issues in the world of work. Among these instruments, it adopts international mandatory conventions to the member states that ratify them. There's also a system for supervision of compliance with the international labor standards. And which trade union rights does ILO recognize to the public sector workers? The right to establish or join the existing ones, to develop union activities, to have adequate protection against any anti-union discrimination act, the right to collective bargaining, the right for the public sector unions to associate with other unions to establish or join federations and confederations unions, to set their own statutes, choose their representatives without state interference, and to not be dissolved or suspended by any administrative means. Right for the union representatives to have the needed tools to perform its representation work. And the right for the workers and their unions to organize the activities with total freedom, including the right to strike. So stop and think. Why is it so important that the trade unions are a part of ILO and make use of its protection mechanisms? To use an example, PSI, Public Services International, reassured with its affiliated organizations throughout the world the political and institutional commitment to promote unionism participation in the ILO. In the document Putting People Over Profit, PSI Priorities 2018 to 2022, approved in its 30-degree World Congress in 2017, PSI stated the importance of recognizing ILO's tripartite structure and its authority as the only legitimate international organization with an authorization to deal with work issues. Use the tools available at ILO to fight the violations of labor and trade union rights. To defend ILO against attacks to the legitimacy of its mechanisms, and to defend the right to strike provided for in the 87-degree Convention. To coordinate and support the actions of the PSI-affiliated organizations in the International Labor Conference, with focus on international standards and the supervisory system. To promote the ratification and application of the 151 and 154 conventions. To keep fighting as agreed in the 100 and 111 conventions. And finally, strengthen the capacities in the regions to ensure the affiliated organizations are well prepared to support this work. And how do syndicates take part in ILO? The trade unions participate in the production of international labor standards with the use of the ILO supervisory system to present complaints regarding violations of rights, and in the usage of technical assistance from ILO's office. At a national level, the trade unions can also make use of ILO's instruments. To finish off, ILO, the international standards, and supervision mechanisms are key to promote respect to the labor and trade union rights. The trade union action at ILO is essential and irreplaceable so that these rights are effectively respected, promoted, and protected.